I'm Meighan Lloyd. I'm playing Mrs. Lovett in Sweeney Todd with Split Stage Productions. It's going to take place in a 1950s asylum. And no, I can't. There's not much more I can divulge. All I can say is you're not going to see the typical, very poised, operatic, well-presented, and lots of elocution and all that pomp and circumstance that you would normally see in a Sweeney Todd. You're not going to see the grand costumes. It's a much more simplified production, production-wise, not story-wise or intent or subtext or things like that. You're really going to have to pay attention and be on the edge of your seat. And it might offend some people as well, so we always like that with Split Stage. I love working with Split Stage because they do such unique productions, not a lot of traditional things, and because they have a mix of equity and non-equity folks, so you get that experience. Steven Santa, the director right now, is equity, and he's amazing, so it's been a great experience working with him. I've worked a lot with Apple Hill Playhouse right over here in Delmont. That's a wonderful company to work with as well. I did a couple of the kiddie tours for CLO, the Gallery of Heroes, which was a great experience. I was in the original cast of Nellie Bly, so it was fun to originate a role there. And a couple of things with PMT. I'm a huge fan of Dana Griffith. I'm a huge fan of Robin Parrish. I haven't seen The Revolutionists yet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm really upset about that. It's just we're here all the time. I'm really into, powerful women actors who are amazing singers and amazing storytellers with their songs. And I feel that Dana and Robin do that. So, yeah. Social media, number one thing. I mean, if you're on Facebook, there's 1,000,001 different pages, auditions in that, Pittsburgh audition community, Pittsburgh actor community. I don't know the exact names, but that is probably would be a first step. So just get on those sites and just start seeing what opportunities are coming through. Folks that are sort of posting out to those are not just posting performing opportunities, but you'll see classes, master classes, and things like that. Just get involved, network, go to events, go see shows. You meet a lot of people when you go see shows as well. I'll be honest. There are a lot of theater companies that typically, circulate roles and opportunities with a core group of people. I would like to see theater companies, more well-known theater companies, open up more opportunities for more performers. I see a lot of well-known theater companies using the same people or people from within the same circles over and over, and it hurts sometimes. You go out, you audition, and you think you're prepared and you think you're great for a role, and then the person that you thought was going to get it gets it anyway. So I'd like to see some more of that. Who's going to see this again? Yeah. A monorail. I mean, truly. Distance is huge. I think a lot of people won't audition out here because of the distance. Just that alone. I'm commuting from Mount Lebanon. It's killing me already. But I'm doing it because, I want to work with Steven Santa. I want to work with Split Stage. I think the arts, in all seriousness, people like Nate and Rob are bridging it well. They are coming out into the Pittsburgh scene. For example, they participated in Newark. So that's sort of bringing them out that way. Other than that, I really don't know. I think just it's tough with locale and the distance. I actually work at Carnegie Mellon in an engineering department, but I continue to pursue my passion with smaller companies, the non-equity companies in the region. It's difficult. It actually was easier when my son was little because I could bring a baby sometimes to rehearsals, give him a pacifier, a bottle or whatever. But now my son is 5 and needs constant attention. So he cannot come. Stephen did let him come to a rehearsal the other day when my husband and I had a little carpool situation. But, it's hard. Right now I see my son in the morning and then I go to work and then I come to rehearsal and I see him at night. But I only usually do like 2 or 3 shows a year, max, if that, because it's hard on him. It's difficult, but it's a fun thing to expose him to. Now, of course, he will not come to this show, absolutely not, but he's been listening to it in the car. I've been fast-forwarding through some of the more inappropriate moments. He's exposed to a lot of theater just via me and my shows, and we go see a lot of theater, so it has its pluses and minuses for a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, and in the Pittsburgh scene, I think there's a small percentage of people that can make a living doing that. It's extremely difficult. And some of us, even move away from the opportunity to do equity roles, because then that limits you in terms of where and what you can perform. And if your goal really truly is just to do your craft, that makes it very difficult. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have a family. There were certain things I wanted to do. And at some point, I just realized it wasn't going to be possible to do them at the level that I wanted to do them at and be a working actor. So this, to me personally, this is my happy medium and my compromise that I'm really happy with. I do have a goal, though, that once my son graduates from college or high school, I don't know, I think my husband and I are going to move to New York. He's an only child. He can come wherever we are. We can go wherever he is. And then, I'll be one of those late bloomers, and maybe I'll be 60 years old accepting a Tony Award. Who knows? That's my pipe dream. Hi, I'm Meighan Lloyd. I'm playing Mrs. Lovett in Split Stage's production of Sweeney Todd, and Mr. Bones knows me.